Hey there, welcome to day 302 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Today we're talking about the fourth step in our growing process with respect to communication growth. Of course, we've got PJ's story, Patrick Jr.'s story in Guide 2 of the Let's Grow annual challenge private Facebook group page. So you can see how he deals with the topic of wonder and willpower. I had willpower, I think, a month or so into using this framework or our growing process, because it seemed like more needed to be contended with or thought about than just being curious about something or wondering how different things might play out, how different scenarios might work to help us to achieve our goal and objective, to help us to fill that gap between where we are and where we want to be, between, step 1 and step 2 of our process. Because the first thing we need to decide in any situation in our life is, what do we want? What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? So often we tell ourselves what we don't want, and we think of everything from a negative perspective, and then we wonder why those things that we don't want show up in our life. Well, they show up in our life because those are the things we're thinking about and focusing on. It's why if you're super scared of something, don't think about it, because if you think about it, you can actually create that event or a similar situation that will cause that fear in you all by your big self. I've got some interesting stories about that from my life. If anybody's curious, just ask. So today we're talking about wonder, how that impacts our communication growth. If we're curious about something, we actively pursue it. We look into it. We learn about it. We test it. We tweak it. We try it out in our life. And then we keep the things that work for us and we let go of the things that don't work for us. We learn the lesson and we move on. We use those failures or things that cause us obstacles and roadblocks, those that we overcome, we use those as stepping stones to what it is that we really want. And willpower means we don't quit or give up, kind of no matter what. Once I set a goal for myself, I am not going to give up on that or quit, even if it seems impossible, even if I hit roadblock after roadblock after roadblock after obstacle after problem after challenge. If I set it as a goal, if it was important enough to me and a high priority, it's going to happen. It might not happen in the time frame that I set. It definitely won't happen in the way I think it should happen and in the time frame I think I should be able to do it. It's going to happen for me when it is supposed to. And that doesn't always feel 100% great, because sometimes we see other people succeeding or getting results in their life that we want to have in our life, but we haven't had the same journey, the same experiences, the same lessons learned that they have. That's why those things haven't shown up in our life yet. Or we're thinking too many negative thoughts. We're staying in our comfort zone, in our fear zone, and we're not stretching our goals and stretching to create what it is that we want and how we want our life to be. So today's action item is just to think about, what do you wonder about when it comes to this area of communication growth? What are you curious about? And then just go look into it. Spend 5 minutes today doing some research, reading in a book, or asking a friend, phone a friend, ask a friend about the topic that you're working on, and look for other people's advice. I wonder if they've had a similar experience or they've had a similar goal that they've achieved that I want to achieve with respect to communication. I've got a slew of books on my bookshelf that I'm going to take a peek into about communicating with toddlers and how I can do a better job of that. And I'm going to model and watch people that I know. I know a PhD, she'll be a doctor next year, who is incredible with children. And watching her, just light bulbs go off right and left for me in things that I should be doing and can be doing and will be doing to improve communication and relationships with toddlers, because I got some toddlers in my life. All right. So our action today is think about, what do you wonder about? What are you curious about? What would you like more information on? And then what are you going to do with respect to willpower to ensure that you don't quit, you don't give up on your goal? For me, I learned a long time ago that you can lie to other people and you can pretend that you're lying to yourself, but you really can't ever lie to yourself, because your subconscious knows if you're doing what you say you're going to do or not, if you're sticking to your goals or not. And so I learned a long time ago, I just don't bother telling myself stories that are untrue or lies, because there's nothing in it for me. I'm not going to reach my goal sooner if I make excuses and procrastinate. And making excuses and procrastinating, as hard as it is for me to admit, those are kind of like lying to myself. I'm telling myself I can't do something, or I don't deserve something, or I don't really want something, when I wouldn't have set the goal if I didn't really want it. All right. Any questions, hit me up. Check out PJ's story and guide too. If you have any more questions, just ask. All you have to do is ask. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.